How's my hair look?
Beautiful.
How's
Cooking
my
with Debi and Friends. In association and with the California Workforce Association Meeting of the Minds 2020 Annual Workforce Leadership Conference, Critical Impact, Recipes for Life, going live in 3, 2. Cooking with Debi and Friends.
Yeah!
Cooking with Debi and Friends. We'll make some good food, talk about marriage and parenting too. Self-care and budgeting and some recipes for life, yeah. Cooking with Debi and Friends. And the California Workforce Association.
Welcome to Cooking with Debi and Friends, and we especially want to welcome the California Work Association, and we thank them for inviting us to their event, the Critical Impact Conference. We are so excited to be a part of it. We are really looking forward to what you have coming up in...
Her earring fell off.
My earring
This
fell
is
off.
a live show, guys. Anything can happen, including an earring come off.
Okay, welcome to Cooking with Debi and Friends, a half-an-hour cook and chat show filmed right here in my kitchen with my husband, Travis.
Right, so every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 p.m. Pacific time, join us right here in our kitchen. We live stream, and we love to interact and chat with you guys. So if you're in one of the rooms on YouTube or Facebook, please click in that comments box. We want to hear from you, and we want to chat with you. We see a lot of people in the kitchen already.
Right. We stream to these channels so we can chat with you, because Cooking with Debi and Friends is all about spending time with friends. And I want to say a little something here. I love that you guys all start to talk with each other. That is so cute. We have people that have been in our family or friends of ours, and then they got introduced to you guys online, and now you guys are friends. I just love that you're building a community while we're in this pandemic.
Yeah, that's a very cool thing, and we've even pulled some of our friends from Cooking with Debi and Friends over to other shows, and it's a very cool thing. So we've got some people in the house. Dad, you were number 3 on the list. Cindy Castillo.
What happened? Cindy, yay!
And Debi Wheatley-Ferguson came in.
Debi Wheatley-Ferguson. And, your dad says my hair looks great.
Well, it does. Did they see the back? Because that's really... Yes, isn't that beautiful?
What?
And I love the little twirly things that come down like that.
I know. You know, it's a special thing with the CWA, so I had somebody come in and do my hair.
You zhuzhed it up a little.
Well, it's actually my daughter. So we're quarantined with her. So she's learning how to do hair and makeup and everything else. She's fantastic. So, hey, so who else is here? Matt Hidalgo, the man of the hour. Yes, Matt Hidalgo. Thank you so much for booking this gig, Matt, and thank you for thinking outside the box. As you may know, conferences need to be all done on Zoom now. And Matt had the creativity to say, hey, let's pull in a cooking show. So we hope that CWA members are here and you're watching with your family. This is a great show. This one in particular to watch with your family, because we got a lot of stuff coming up today. Some great stuff for the kiddos in your life. And I think even those salty teens might enjoy watching today.
Yeah, we got some fun stuff planned.
We do have a good thing coming up for teens as far as beverages.
Yeah, we
something
do.
That they'll love.
We do. Let's briefly say hi to a few more people in the room. Monica Casares and Suzanne,
Hi,
Bob
Monica.
Snow.
Hi, Suzanne.
Mike and Linda in the house. Audrey and Patrick, thank you guys for coming.
Thank you.
Carol, good to see you here
too.
Thank
you.
Let's see. We said at the same time.
Richard
Kanemacher.
Ray Skywalker. Hi, Richard.
Linda Patino. Good to see you in here as well.
Yeah, welcome.
And, Monica.
My sister, Monica, yeah.
There's another Monica.
And I'm wondering, another Monica. Hey, good vibes, good vibes. Elbow cough.
Yes, that's right.
Did somebody cough?
I don't know. But maybe she's just saying, hey, let's keep the good vibes and do all these out there.
Yeah. Yeah. We're all about staying soapy and 6 feet of distance and being very careful with what we're doing. And so we're doing a reset now. This is the first weekday from Labor Day. And if you went out for Labor Day and you had a wonderful time and you had a big barbecue and you partied with people,
Shame on
What
you.
is wrong with you? Don't you know you should be wearing a mask
pandemic.
and staying at home? It's a pandemic, for God's sake. Anyway.
Let's talk for a moment, just briefly. We've got some more people in here.
Yeah.
Bruce
Bob
Rodriguez.
Lanter.
Hortensia, Bob Lanter.
Bob
Good to
Lanter from
see you.
CWA. Oh my gosh, I love making him laugh. He's so much fun to make laugh, but I can't hear him, so you'll just have to go ha ha ha.
Yeah.
And Sandra Valls, yes, I wear purple again.
So speaking of the CWA, you've done their conference before in person. They know you as a comedian, as a speaker that has done keynotes, and you did a plenary session with them. Matt Hidalgo, as Debbie mentioned earlier, started following this little cooking show that Debbie and I started really just right here because she had some things to say about the pandemic. For those that are brand new watching this, can you just briefly explain how this show came to be?
Yes. Well, what had happened was our daughter and our new son-in-law had just gotten married on March 14th. We drove home on the 15th of March, and then we went out on the 16th of March to go get our dog from the kennel where she was being kept for the weekend. And then Travis said, we got to go grocery shopping now. We looked around and it looked like the apocalypse. People were lined up for grocery stores. I mean, just lined around the corner. And it was pretty scary. We drove and drove until we found one that didn't have a line. And this is before social distancing and masks and everything. It was just a panic. And we got in there and shelves were being emptied. I mean,
well, you all remember this was a very alien time. There was just nothing looked familiar no matter where you went.
Right. And so I came home and I was scared and I was shaken because I love to cook. I love to meal prep. I love to go grocery shopping. And so I told Travis, turn the camera on me. I have something to say. And so I talked to the people that are shopping, the people that are trying to figure out what they have in their cupboard so they don't have to go out, how to order online so you can order those products that you can build a meal from. And I went, oh my gosh, this is my wheelhouse. This is what I do.
And her friends were really responding on Facebook, the comments. But can I just interject 1 second? All of that came from all the years of her being a stand-up comedian, touring the road, and not to take anything away from myself, it was difficult, raising this one right here. You can't see her. I'm pointing at Pilar. It was hard to raise her while Debbie was out on the road, but Debbie made it easy in the way she managed this house. I didn't have to worry about meals. They were prepped and in the freezer or fridge. I didn't have to worry about bills, even before the day and age of doing it online. Debbie took all of that and said, let's put that out on a live stream video to Facebook.
Because I know how to quarterback from 2,000 miles away. And thank you for that, though. Thank you. I was on the talk show, The Chew, which was a cooking talk show with Iron Chefs. And Travis had sent different pictures of our kitchen and inside our freezer. And they put a picture of our freezer up, and inside there were prepped meals ready to go. And the funny thing is they had names on them. So if somebody would pick up my kids from school and bring them home, they got to come in and grab a tray of enchiladas because their dinner was done. So this is what I do. And I don't want you to be scared. I want you to be able to go out and grocery shop. If you feel more comfortable ordering in, that's cool too. And I'm going to teach you how to budget so that we can do that. So that was in essence what the show was about.
One camera to Facebook Live. And then I was messing around on the uke. I came up with this little jingle. We'll make some good food, talk about marriage and parenting too, self-care and budgeting, some recipes for life. And that's what we're doing today on the California Workforce Association portion of your session. We're closing out the first day, and we are so honored that you invited us here today. Today we're going to make some really fantastic food.
And thank you to but thank you to our regular viewers who came in an hour earlier.
Right.
We appreciate that, and we love your comments. And CWA folks, comment. Come on in the kitchen. Come in the kitchen. Pour yourself a coffee. Pour yourself a glass of wine. Whatever you want to, kick your feet up. Come into our kitchen and comment. We would love, love, love to hear you.
Bob Lanter says, this is great. You look so great. I should be a contestant on The Worst Cooks of America.
I can teach you how to cook anything. I can do it. In fact, somebody on our site here, Sandra Valls, I did a cooking for one episode where we taught people how to cook an egg in a mug and add cheese and chili and all this fabulous stuff. And we have people, Suzanne, who did one of Pilar's recipes the other day. So our recipes are really, really easy. And I am so like, no turkey, use chicken. No chicken, use tofu. I'm kidding. No one likes tofu.
No one wants tofu. I'm going to start this now.
Yes, do. So, CWA, let us know that you're with us. Cynthia Felix, thank you. Cindy Castillo, hello and welcome. And Joe Casas and BG Casas up the street. You guys, I have a surprise for you after the show, because for this corporate event, we are cooking a lot of food and we can't eat it all, and the Casas are going to help us eat it afterwards. So,
thank you, Brandon.
Thank
Brandon
you, yeah.
says, this is cool. Love the intro song. Appreciate it. I put a lot of time and effort into that song because I wanted to encompass what Debbie does on this show. I'm just here. I'm just eye candy, guys.
You're just eye candy?
I'm just a trophy husband looking all handsome and whatnot. Hey, okay, so what I did was I put in that pan just about I want to hurry up and get past that before she has a chance to talk about it. I put about 2.5 tablespoons of olive oil in that pan. I'm just going to warm it up. You never want to put cold meat inside of a cold pan.
And that's the one trick that a lot of brand new cooks forget, is they need to start with a hot pan and their oil needs to be the right temperature to cook. Another really good tip is your protein, your chicken, your steak, even your fish, chicken, beef, pork, even fish can be out on the counter and come up to room temperature. Now, it's not back in the day when, I don't know if your dad did it, but my mom would take, a frozen meat and put it on the counter and let it defrost at room temperature. That's not what we want to do.
I know you did that because I remember doing that as an adult and her going, what are you trying to kill us?
So no, the safest way to thaw something out is in your refrigerator from frozen, and then once it's cold, you can leave it on the counter until it reaches room temperature. So maybe about an hour before you're going to cook, you can take out your protein.
Show the people in that camera right there.
Sure.
Baby.
All right.
What you've got going on now.
So what I've got going on here is I've got some chicken breasts, and I got this, believe it or not, at Sprouts, my regular viewers, because I was telling them how I went to Sprouts and they had these big bags of chicken tenders that were frozen, and I got a big, huge bag, probably like 7 pounds for $7. It was crazy. It was such a good buy. And so I bought those up because you can always use chicken breasts. Now, the thing about chicken breasts is they need a lot of seasoning, a lot of love. They need a lot of love.
Hold it up to that, babe.
Sure. So what I have in here, I know it looks kind of silly right now, but this is a chicken breast all cut up into strips. And then we have a 1/4 cup of olive oil and the juice of limes up to about 1/3. If you're having trouble finding fresh limes, you can always get the little plastic squirty guys. Those work great in a pinch. I'm telling some of those people at CWA because on here I push frozen food, dehydrated foods, granulated garlic and granulated onion.
A lot of shortcuts. But still, you never miss out on the flavor.
Right. And you can just pull it from your pantry. All right.
So I just want to say Connie is watching.
Hi, Connie.
I love you, Connie.
Oh,
you
Connie,
and
you're
Sandra
so
are
cute.
so fun.
We're going to go ahead and push their show, right?
Playroom karaoke.
Yeah. Playroom karaoke.
Playroom karaoke. Playroom karaoke with Sandra
and Connie.
Connie.
They have the best show.
Let me put this in. It's hot now.
Yeah. So, let me. Yeah. So I've got some spices. We'll come back and talk about those. 1/3 of a cup of lime juice and some olive oil. 1/4 cup of olive oil into a hot pan.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm going to do a little picture-in-picture magic here.
Okay.
Let's go like this.
Let me say real quick what Playroom Karaoke is. Playroom Karaoke, you can find it on Facebook, and it's one of the other events that we push. CWA, if you're ever in the mood to just sing some karaoke with your family or your friends, or if you're quarantined by yourself, join the party. It's on Facebook, and it's called Playroom Karaoke, and it's 4 hours of them taking requests and singing songs and giving you fun facts about the songs and the artists. So that is a really fun thing to do. So Travis is over there cooking up the chicken. Do we even say we're cooking chicken fajitas? Did you burn yourself?
It was a little...
CWA. Travis burns himself at every show. Every single show.
It's not
no,
every show.
One show he cut himself with a knife.
Okay.
We have pot holders. We have dish towels. Please don't send us any more pot holders, people. We've gotten pot holders from so many of you. He just doesn't use them. Our daughter even sent him camo, thinking, oh, with the military, and because he's a former military soldier, he would use the pot holder that's camo, but he doesn't. All right, so you got that chicken going?
Yes, girl.
All right. You gonna be able to fit vegetables in there, or are we gonna need 2 pans?
That's a lot of vegetables. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
So she's got this going on with all these delicious. Let's show the people like this one. Boom. Look at all. Don't bite me in this position.
So we're making chicken fajitas if we didn't say it already. We are just all over the place. So let's see if that pan is a little too crowded.
I think once the meat gets a little firm, starts cooking, then we can throw that in there. I think it'll be fine.
Okay, so the vegetables we have here. We have some, they're all peppers and onions. Did you know all peppers are basically green peppers? Isn't that weird? So the green pepper, it has a, not a bitterness, but it certainly has a snap. And then we get with these other color peppers, the yellow, the red, the gold, and that's when it starts to sweeten up. And the darker the color of the pepper, the sweeter it is. So the red pepper would be your sweetest. So I have an assortment here of yellow, red, orange. I love the orange ones. And some onion. I'm going to start you off with not a little bit, but half the size vegetables, and you tell me if you can use them all, okay?
Yes, Bob, it is getting hot in here.
It's getting hot in here.
Okay, that's all we can afford, otherwise we got to pay royalties. Yes, Monica, we are frying in oil. It's not really frying. I'm just going to soften up that meat and throw it in there. It's olive oil, about 2.5 tablespoons. If you missed it, Cindy Castillo, Playroom Karaoke with Sandra and Connie on Facebook every Saturday at 7 p.m. Central. That's 5 o'clock out here, 8 p.m. Eastern. Music, laughs, raffles, toy of the week, and game of the week. It's just good, clean fun.
Good, clean fun, you guys. Have fun with it. So we've got a mixture of raw onion and green pepper, orange pepper, yellow pepper, red pepper. So we're going to eyeball the vegetables there. You've got a camera over Travis there, and he's seeing what you're doing.
Well, I don't have it on right now, but let's just show the people a little update on that one, something like that. Okay, you want me to just throw this in there, or wait for that to cook a little bit? You can probably wait a little bit.
Yeah, you can wait a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like I can smell it. Nom nom. Brandon, listen. We've done fajitas way back in April. And every time I talk about fajitas, it's that dish that goes through the Mexican restaurant, right? Where you don't plan on getting it. Maybe you're going to get rellenos or tacos or something. But as soon as you smell the fajitas on that frying pan, the smoke, this delicious scent is wafting in the air every single time you change your mind. That's how it smells in here right now because of the mixture of all that stuff that Deb's got in front of her. It really smells amazing. It really does.
Yeah, so let's talk about those spices. How about you throw in the veggies and let them all play together?
Yeah. I'm going to make a little well in the middle.
You sure we're going to have room for everything?
Yeah.
You sure?
Nope.
You can always grab another frying pan. This show is live, and sometimes we do have more than we can handle here. Don't worry, we have lots of friends and family that are happy to take food off of our hands.
Now,
okay.
Look at this. Look how gorgeous. Look at that, it's gorgeous.
Oh, it's so pretty. So pretty. We got some new messages.
Sandra, I can smell it too. Bell peppers are going to make it smell amazing.
Yes.
Even better than it smells already with this.
Yeah. Now you can do Susan Crandall. Everybody give Susan Crandall a hand. She is a nurse working.
Or anyone that works on it. But Susan, we love you.
We love you, Susan.
And thankful for you and all the nurses.
Yes. I always said, if something happens to me and I open my eyes and I see either Kylie Crawford or Susan or Mindy, I'm going to be fine. So he's over there doing the fajitas, and I'm going to tell you about the spices that we make. You can certainly get packets of spices in the stores, you know, where they sell them, where it's, you know, chili mix and fajita mix, taco mix, but it's pretty easy to make your own. It really is. The hardest part for me is remembering what I've made and how I put it away. We've got several jars in there. Could be fajitas, could be chili. I don't know.
I told her
could
earlier.
Could be curry.
Let's just try it once, fajita chili. Let's give it a shot. Let's see what happens.
So what we're doing is we're doing something a little different today. I found these awesome little mugs over at Michael's. I'm at Joann's. I'm sure they're at Michael's too, and they're tiny. Look how little they are. This is perfect for one dinner's worth of a seasoning. So if you're already pouring out seasonings, why not make some extra and then put this in your cupboard and put the name on it so you have it when you're ready next time.
And label it.
Yes. Fajitas are great with shrimp. Takes no time whatsoever. We did shrimp fajitas the other day in a pan on a baking sheet, and it was great. Of course, you can do flank steak. You can do chicken like we're doing. I even said vegetarian fajitas, and Travis goes, "Is that a thing?
Yeah, I don't really think
is that just vegetables?
People want. No one's going to eat."
Susan's getting a hand from Monica. That's nice. Hi, Debbie. Debbie, girl, you're in Pittsburgh. So is my daughter and her brand new husband. They're in Pittsburgh, so far away. All right, so here we go. Travis, you're going to make this for me, okay?
Yes, I will.
First thing we're going to do is we're going to put in 3 teaspoons of chili powder. This is the seasoning that's in there. Do you need a little spoon?
No. I'm just
No.
gonna get like that.
Okay. Then after you put in your 3 teaspoons of chili powder, you're going to put in 2 teaspoons of cumin. Right. There you go. After you put in your cumin, you have some paprika. This is 1 teaspoon of paprika.
Okay. I feel like I'm in a science experiment right now.
2 teaspoons of garlic powder or granulated garlic.
One of those sand art things. Okay. What do we got next?
We've got salt and pepper, and we only have half a teaspoon of each.
Okay.
I cook with kosher salt. I like the flavor of kosher salt. I feel like the regular table salt, you know, you get in the blue can with the little girl walking with the umbrella. I feel like you can taste the chemicals in it. So I cook with kosher salt. So there you go. There's your fajita mix.
Sure. Show the people.
There you go. There's your fajita mix. Now this could look like chili mix.
Okay.
This could look like taco mix. This could look like a lot of different things that I cook in the kitchen. What we're going to do, we're going to label it. So now we know what it is. Also, come back at holiday time and we're going to start talking you through some gifts in jars, because I think this holiday we're all going to be a little different in our gift giving. So I'm going to put fajita. So now I know this is my fajita mix and we're not going to have to guess. Are you cussing back there?
Oh, did you hear that?
I heard it. What happened?
I dropped the pepper on the stove. It was a good looking pepper.
So there you go. You got your fajita. And you know what might be nice is come back at holiday time. I'm going to show you, if you get a little 4-pack of these, you can make some spice jars for your friends and family. We can do a chili, we can do a fajita, we can do a taco, we can do an East Indian curry, and everything will be right there in the little jars and ready to go. What are you laughing at?
Nothing. Oh, that looks good. And this smells so good.
Yep.
So I'm just going to stick this right up here.
There you go.
Okay.
So our fajitas are cooking. What are we going to serve with our fajitas? We are going to serve
some beans.
Some black beans.
Why don't we do this? Can we cut to, if you want to cut to the margarita one?
Oh yeah, we've got a great drink to go with all this. You don't want me to show the black beans?
Yes, I wanted to give you a chance to plate that, but go. Let's do it. Let's check this.
All right, I chose black beans instead of pinto beans because of the color, and they're really pretty to serve alongside all those vegetables that are pretty color too. The black just serves as a nice backdrop. Now, you can certainly make your beans with just water, black beans and water. But what I did is I cooked this with chicken stock a can of tomatoes, crushed tomatoes, and a tablespoon of cumin, a tablespoon of, smells good?
Yes, it already smelled good in here, guys.
Tablespoon of chili powder, tablespoon of cumin. And then the beans, some tomatoes, chicken stock, a little garlic, like 5 cloves of garlic in there. And so, yeah.
You want to show the people on the thing?
Sure.
Let's show them on.
So that kicks up your beans a notch. You can serve these beans just like that in a bowl with a little bit of sour cream. You could serve them up on the side. There's a lot of ways you can go with that.
You're putting it in a little jar?
I am.
What are we doing? Travis tries it?
Do you want to or you want to wait?
So let's try.
Travis tries it.
Oh, speech class, 1986.
Travis tries it. Let me try this.
Okay.
It really they smell smoky.
Yeah,
they smell really yummy.
And he's not a big bean fan.
Yeah, and these tomatoes, that tastes really good.
Yeah, it gives it a little flavor.
That does kind of it looks like chili. Mm-hmm. Tastes like the consistency of a little chili dish on there. Do you want to try this? Here, to our lovely assistant.
Also, one quick note before we move on from this dinner is, in your crock pot, I'm a big fan of the Reynolds crock pot liners. It makes crock pot cooking a whole different story. Bruce Rodriguez, don't you write me anything about Instapot. So the crock pot liners make cooking and cleanup easy, breezy, lemon squeezy. So that is the beans, and they're delicious. And we're going to come back. We're going to send it over to our barista, who has an amazing drink to go with this fabulous fiesta. Mm-hmm. Yes, she does.
Delicious fajita.
If you have kids and they're watching, bring them in close, because I think they're really going to enjoy this drink. Even though it is a margarita, there's a non-alcoholic option for those of you that don't drink and for the children. So, and I think they're going to love the way that this drink is prepared.
All right, here we go. Over to you, Pilar.
Skiddly-doo-dee-doo-dow-ba-dee-dow-dee. Pouring with Pilar. She's a barista.
Hi everyone, welcome to Pouring with Pilar. Today I'm going to be making a drink that I really like to make for my friends and my family because it's really, really easy, but it has a really fun wow factor. We're going to be making margaritas, but not just any margaritas. We're going to be making butterfly margaritas. So all you need is your classic stuff for margaritas. You got your ice, we have limeade, lime juice or a fresh lime. We have Sprite, silver tequila, you can use gold or silver, and then the star of the show, we have our butterfly pea flower tea. So I got my butterfly pea flower tea on Amazon, and really the cool thing about it is that it's made with naturally blue flowers, and when it touches anything acidic like limeade, lemonade, kombucha, seltzer water, anything with a high amount of acidity, it changes to a really fun color. So let's get started with our margaritas. Now, since we're making a virgin and an alcoholic version, we have 2 different ways of distinguishing them. We're going to be using white kosher salt for our alcoholic margaritas, and we're going to be using a really fun sanding sugar for our non-alcoholic. And you can pick this up at Vons, any craft store. It's really easy to find. So instead of using limes today, because we don't have any, we just squirted some lime juice onto this paper towel, and we're going to really get in there so that way our sugar and our salt sticks. All right, we're going to start with our alcoholic one. Cool. Alrighty, that's good enough for me, and now we're going to start pouring the ice. Good friend of mine, Sandra, ASMR. That's good enough. You're going to want it pretty high up on the cup so that way we can work with our layering effect. We're going to put this cup off to the side so it's not in our way, and we're going to start with our tequila. Like I said, today we're going to be using about an ounce or 2 of our silver tequila, but I've also taste tested this with gold tequila and the color doesn't change at all. So we have about that much of tequila. I'm going to bring you over here just to show you a little bit more. We really only have it up to there. Now we're going to add our limeade. Alrighty. We're going to add our limeade probably almost to the top of the cup, but not quite. Cool. There we go. And now for the fun part. This is where it's going to start to change colors and where you're going to want to show your friends while you're making this drink. All right, I'm going to bring you back over here so you can get a better view of our butterfly pea flower tea. And I'm going to start pouring. And I'm using the spoon so that way it makes it less of a harsh pour so it doesn't go directly to the bottom. And you see how it's changing into that fun purple color? There you go. Now I'm going to give it a good stir. Boom. And now you have a really pretty purple margarita that tastes like lime. So, for the alcoholic one, I'm going to be using a reusable straw just to also find a way to distinguish it that this is alcoholic. All right, I'm going to give it a little taste test. That's really good. It's really good. The key is not to use a ton of the pea flower tea, because if you use a lot of the pea flower tea, it's going to water down your drink, and we're using crushed ice since it's a margarita on the rocks, so it's already going to be a little watered down. Now we're going to make one for any non-drinkers, any kids you might have, so if they're in the room, go ahead and bring them. I'll wait. Because this one is going to be super fun. If they are science nerds like I am, it's going to be talking about things like density and the color changing, so they're going to love this. We're going to start with the same thing. Little bit of the lime juice. I'm lifting up this corner just so I'm getting lime juice on the side too. We're going to roll it just to get lots of sugar on there. If you don't want your kids bugging you all night, you can skip this step, but I like it so that way we know which one has no tequila in it. All right, ASMR. Okay, that's good. Cool. Same thing, we're gonna be adding the lime juice, or the limeade. I'm gonna show you over here how much I'm adding. We're gonna move this guy out of the way so nobody gets confused. How much we're adding, I'd say about halfway. All right. Now because I like this drink a little bubbly, we're gonna be adding some Sprite. Cool. And we're gonna be filling it kind of like the last drink, almost to the top, but not quite. All right, we're gonna let those bubbles calm down for 1 second. And then make sure your kiddos are watching, because this is my favorite part. This is the part that I love to show everybody I'm making this drink for. Okay, let me scooch it closer. Cool. Alrighty. And we pour. Now the cool thing with the Sprite is it adds another barrier, so in person you get to see a little bit more blue, whereas it's not showing up on the camera, and then it'll transition into that purple. So there we go. I'm gonna give it a good stir. And if you don't want to stir it right away, you can always let it slowly go down to the bottom. That way you can slowly show them the color change. Purple straw for the purple sugar. That's really good. It tastes like a sparkling kind of limeade, which it is. But it's good because the tea does not water it down. So it's a really fun drink that you can show them. Science is really cool. You can find it in everything. And then for your more adult friends, you can show them science is really cool. You can find it in everything. So it's just a really fun drink to show people. You look impressive. You look like you have awesome bartending skills, but it's super easy. So thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good one.
Skiddly-doo-dee-doo-dow-ba-dee-dow-dee. Pouring with Pilar. She's a barista.
All right. Thank you, Pilar. That was fantastic.
If you have any questions at all, she is in the room, and you can ask her a question. So just let us know if you have any questions. I don't know if you do, because she did such a great job of explaining that. Isn't that a cool drink? That's just such a cool drink to make. And like she said, we got the tea at Amazon for $11.99, and there are other things she says you could do with that tea, like you could make rice and potatoes and, you know, cauliflower. You can really just kind of zhuzh up some dishes for your kids. Wow, look at this. Look at all these comments about the
awesome
drinks.
Sauce.
Yeah.
Such a fun drink. Thanks,
That is,
Pilar.
yeah.
Applause, applause. I want to back up for a sec. Someone wrote something about Carrie Love wrote, hey guys, people like tofu a lot as protein. I know, in jest, everyone kind of picks on tofu.
Yeah.
But there are some really tasty ones. Nowadays, especially, you find it in some really good meals.
Right, and we do have a couple people that actually even have blogs about vegetarian and vegan cooking that are helping me with some recipes to do vegetarian and vegan cooking. So I'm looking forward to that. Can it be topped with edible flowers? Somebody wants to know.
Oh, I would think so, yeah.
Okay, yes, it can.
You can get edible flowers at Sprouts for like $2.
Okay, you can get edible flowers at Sprouts for $2 in what section?
Where you would find the herbs and everything.
Okay, where you find the herbs and everything. And Robert Snow asks, how does soda water in there instead of Sprite?
How is soda
How
water?
is soda water?
Instead of Sprite. Can you put soda water? It's just
You can, yeah. You can do
carbonated
those
water.
like cans of bubbly. You can even do like a White Claw. Anything sparkling works.
White Claw, soda water, club soda, anything works. And I know she tried it all to make sure that you still got that scientific layering of the tea. It really was that was a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah. That was a lot of fun to shoot too, because I got to drink it after. So, when we came back in, you saw this steaming pile of delicious fajitas. Let's show the people over here, baby. Don't bite me. Do not bite me.
Don't those look great?
Look at that.
Oh man, that looks fantastic. That looks really good. And to serve alongside the fajitas, we
show them what you did with those peppers.
with the beans. I just took some of the peppers I had left over, and I did a really colorful little topping on the beans there. Some people put sour cream in their beans; they like it like that. And then we have the accoutrement.
Accoutrement.
You have
That
to do
sounds
it
all fancy.
Yeah, do it all fancy.
I don't know how to do it fancy. Do I raise my pinky?
Yeah.
Accoutrement.
Yeah, accoutrement. And so we've got just some shredded cheese there, some guacamole, some sour cream, and some pico de gallo. I will tell you something, I'm a busy woman. I know you are too, especially you CWA people. You are working, you have things to do. Do not hesitate to go to the store and buy pico de gallo, guacamole, cheese already shredded, sour cream, and one of those squirty things. Don't be afraid. Take all those shortcuts. That's what they are there for. And it is worth your money to do that. Some days you'll have all the time in the world to chop and cut and prep, but on days that you don't, go there and grab this stuff. And you know what? Tomorrow you can do tacos, or you can do burrito, or you can do any kind of Mexican food and have all of this yummy stuff available to you. So, time for a taste test?
It's killing me not to. I'm really standing, and this is really just kind of wafting up into my face. Again, this is the dish that comes through the restaurant that makes you change your mind. So when you plan on this, it's like you don't eat, you eat early in the day and you save your appetite. That's what this dinner right here is. So, yes, I am looking forward to tasting this for sure.
So we're going to taste this. We have a couple, we're about the halfway point here. Go ahead and put your
So I would totally watch a live cast on your guac and pico. We have made guacamole and pico on. And by the way, let me just show this. You guys, if you're not already, please go to our YouTube, subscribe there so you can get some updates, because we've been putting some exclusive content on our YouTube page. Also, some other exclusive content on our Instagram account, including every Tuesday when or every Tuesday and Thursday before I start the show, I do a sound check, and I post those on Mondays on our Instagram. And we've got some other fun stuff coming up here in just a few minutes. So let me.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
So you got a nice flour tortilla there.
I'm actually just going to put some right on the side of my plate, just so I can get
I also just topped it off with a little bit of cilantro, parsley, mint. They can all live inside a mason jar with water if you have space in your fridge. It lives there nicely for about a week. I'm sorry.
All right, let's get a little fork. You want to grab a fork for yourself, baby?
Sure.
try this.
And we're about halfway there. Guess what? We've got something really cool coming up for you CWA people, and of course for our regular fans. How is it? So fabulous. My favorite part is the veggies.
Please don't make me talk while I'm eating this.
Oh, yummy. This is yummy.
I'm just going to pile a bunch of this on there and go sit over there and eat the rest of the show. Oh my God, that's so amazing. All those spices together. That spice mixture, when she lets it marinate in that bag with this chicken, just gets all in that meat. And when you cook it together, it just goes even deep into that meat. The spices, the flavor are so good. Nice little snap, not too soft on those bell peppers, but just the right amount of softness. I'm going to set this aside and then I'm going to tear this up later.
All right. We have something very special in store now. We are going to talk about, we're going to move some of this stuff.
Sure. Who cares?
Can we give it to?
No, I'm not giving it to her. Because you will eat it over there.
I know.
Okay, baby. What are we doing? What would you
Actually,
like to
we
do?
want to make a point that we do share food. We have some neighbors that we're sharing food with tonight, and Pilar has a friend is coming out of some surgery, and so the family really could use some goodies. So we're going to be packing that up and send. We love to share food with people. It's one of our passions, and so we love to share that goodness, and that's a great way to get to know your neighbors too.
Yeah, but nowadays they probably won't take it from you. So you got to share with the ones that you know really well.
Stop it.
All
right.
The family members.
Would love to know. BG says, nice trick. Wrap your cilantro in foil paper and it keeps like new. Tip from Mama Maria. Thank you, Mama Maria. Mike Bilberry, how long did you marinate it? Mike, you can marinate it anywhere from an hour to overnight. Hour is your minimum.
But overnight, that's the good stuff right there.
Yeah. So
let's talk about your next thing.
Yes. First of all, is the CWA people here with us?
They are.
We see
Yes.
their comments?
We've got a few that are in there that are new.
Please don't be afraid to chime in. We love to hear from you. You're at work, so we don't have to be quiet. When we first started the show, there were people who saying, please don't say my name. Audrey Clary was one of them, and I can't remember who else who said.
When we first started the show, we were doing it at 3 in the afternoon. And then when I went back to work, after I was done being laid off, we went back to 7 p.m. So we've been doing it at 7 p.m. Tuesdays and Thursdays since.
Okay, so CWA is all about making an impact, this particular conference. How do you become critically impactful? And so we want to address that. We think that mealtime is important. It's important to put down the phones. It's important to turn off the TV. And it's an important time to connect. Here's the problem. You ask your kid, hey, what'd you learn at school today? What do they say? Nothing. What'd you do at school today? Nothing. What was the best part? Recess. And then the same thing sometimes with dad and mom because they're tired too. What happened at work today? Nothing.
Not much.
How was work? Worky. So anyways, Travis and I came up with these wonderful cards. They are table topic cards for you for dinner time. And they are 80 topics that we have, open-ended questions, and sometimes even things that are debatable. But I'm not talking about, policies, red state, blue state debatable. We're talking about what is the best ice cream flavor on the planet? I mean, really, what is it? It's vanilla.
Coffee.
What?
Coffee.
No, vanilla.
Coffee flavor.
With
No.
Pilar, coffee, ice cream.
No.
Vanilla?
Pralines and cream.
Oh, pralines and cream. No, but vanilla, you can add everything to it.
Like coffee.
Yep.
Can you see how this starts you to kind of just have fun talking? And these topics are very low risk. And they are open-ended. And they're a lot of fun. And we have them for...
Put these in your cute little hand and show the people up in that.
Sure, the people. See, so we have these table topic cards, and they're really, really fun topics. Can you just pick one out? Do you want to just pick one out?
Grab anyone out of there.
Anyone?
Now, let me tell you just a little bit about what I did. First of all, I designed them to work with a couple of mediums. They're not seeing that, sweetheart.
Oh.
Let me go there. Okay.
Marble fudge, pistachio, vanilla, chocolate fudge, coffee ice cream, one person agreed, cookies and cream. Look at the conversation. Some of you didn't even comment until I asked what your favorite ice cream was. What's above chocolate fudge?
Let's go up. Let's go up.
What's
here.
Above chocolate fudge?
Mint chip.
Mint chip.
Well, of course, mint chip.
Right.
Okay. Vanilla totally with hot fudge. Oh, Emily, now you're talking. Now you're really
But do you see, let me just stop right here. Do you see how that one question started a conversation? Nothing in here is rehearsed. And did you see how it started the conversation in here? And then you guys all had your opinions on your favorite kind of ice cream.
Monica, maple nut sounds amazing. That sounds amazing.
I think what we're proving here are these cards, like I said, they're low risk, open-ended, and it can really spark discussion with your family, and people don't feel cornered. We're not asking our husband or wife about their 5-year plan, or we're asking, so what does it look like when you go to college? And, they're just fun questions to inspire creativity, vocabulary, ideas, imagination, debate skills,
no one wants to be put on the spot.
Right.
So these 80 questions that we came up with are really just meant to create fun conversation, because as you guys know, if you're a manager, if you work with people, if you have clients, if you work with coworkers, and if you have a family, or even if you just are a person in general, you have to be able to communicate with other people. And these games not only help create that instant thought, the synapses fire off quicker, and so it helps people of younger age especially learn how to build those communication skills, but they also create fun interactive ways for you guys to interact with your family. Now, I designed them to work with this Avery template. This is a 28/878, or you can just get some construction paper. Guys, I made this very easy. I made cut lines on it, and it looks like this, and you can cut them.
And we're going to tell you how to get all of that at the end of the show.
The reason this, though, is because they're perforated, so if you don't want to spend your time cutting them...
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to jump on that.
Get the template. That's okay.
But I do want to tell them to stay tuned, because we're going to tell you how to get these free. Everybody who's watching, not just CWA, but everybody. We've got more giveaways. So I love that vanilla and crushed Heath bar, English toffee and baseball nut,
vanilla cherry chocolate
cherry
chip,
Garcia
Carol.
pistachio,
heavenly hash.
Oh my gosh!
And Bob Lanter, you know what? You're saying something that we're experiencing here. Communication skills are dying, particularly in person. This is so good. Listen, you guys, what Bob is saying there is less and less we have to interact with other people, especially nowadays with the pandemic. Mm-hmm. And even when we do, our faces are covered with masks. So the more we practice in fun ways, the easier it will be when we interact with people out in public. That's what this game is all about.
Right. And these tabletop topics can be enjoyed by teenagers. They can be enjoyed couples, families, and we even have some for tykes. And
those are denoted with a different color font.
Right.
And so you'll know that those last 20 are for kids. Not
just these, but we also have a couple fans who watch the show, and a couple people in the family that work with special needs kids. And these are great conversation starters for them. Again, open-ended, low risk, able to defend or think about something.
I know we're running short on time. Just, Matt, can we have a few extra minutes, or do we need to cut it right at 7? Because I'd like to go over a couple of these.
Yeah.
Let's go over a couple. Here.
Because we still have another dish.
We have another dish and another drink.
Yikes. Okay, so we'll hurry up with this. I'm going to give you one. What is your favorite animal that lives in the ocean? That is one of the type cards.
Put it in the comments, please.
Put it in the comments. We're going to, so you had a great fajita dinner, and you had your butterfly margarita, and now what's going to happen the next morning? We are going to show you how to make a quick breakfast casserole that you can literally make, prep, put in your refrigerator and bake it up the next morning. That's going to take us really quick to make. So we're going to do that. We're going to show you another coffee drink. And to close this event, we're going to tell you how to get this and the book that Travis and I wrote, which is also about open-ended questions.
That's right. This book, you'll get a free download of both of these. We'll talk about this in just a moment.
Pick another one.
Real quick. Table cards are such a great builder of soft skills. Yes, they are.
Yes.
Thank you. And Linda Patino says, we work with kids of all ages, so this is great. We are happy to share this with you. These are some of the fun ones that we've been doing here in our house. Even just playing around with these, but here Bob Lanter's already saying orcas, whales, dolphins.
Sea turtles. Where's the manatees? Where are the shrimp so I can grill it? Megalodon.
Megalodon. Isn't that a...
It's a shark movie.
It's a shark movie. Sea
I don't
otter.
care. I'll take it. I'll take that answer.
Now, here's the lovely thing. So for the person who said sea otter, Sandra... Sandra can talk about the traits of the sea otter that make them her favorite animal and share some knowledge. And again, these are not asking anybody for a right or wrong answer. It's just having fun around the dinner table. You can do 1 or 2 cards for a meal. You know, you don't need to do them all like you're playing some kind of card game. That's not what it's about. This is about to inspire you to talk about even more. And we're going to tell you how to get these free.
Yes,
now, so you had some amazing fajitas.
Narwhal, crab, dolphins, the mimic octopus.
Whatever doesn't bite me when I visit the ocean. All right.
I like that one.
So bring me over the big blue.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is cast iron and it's heavy.
All right. I tell the story about Drunk Genie. I need a dozen eggs out of the fridge.
Turtle, mimic octopus. Fun facts.
I tell the story about Drunk Genie. I did a show on the Game Show Network and had to go live in New York for about 8 weeks. And the person who dressed me, her name was Jeannie. And in New York, they drink a lot because they don't drive. So they drink a lot. And so she was drinking a lot. And I was thinking, hey, Jeannie, we got to shoot in the morning. She goes, I'll be fine. So anyway, she shows up to work the next day on time, fine. I go, Jeannie, you look great. She goes, oh, well, Drunk Jeannie took care of hungover Jeannie. I said, what does that mean? And she said, Drunk Jeannie made sure that she had her water and her aspirin and her bed sheets were turned down and ready to go and her clothes were laid out for the next morning. Drunk Jeannie took care of hungover Jeannie. And I thought that was such a beautiful story. So you guys are having fun. You're eating your fajitas. You're drinking your Butterfly Margaritas. You're playing the games with the cards. You go to bed and now it's the next morning. You want to keep that positive vibe going. So I'm going to make this so quick and easy that you're going to go, what the heck just happened, Deb? Did you make a whole casserole? I did. Okay, Travis, what I need from you are, you got me the dozen eggs?
Yes.
I need some Pam. I want you to spray that Pam into that.
Do we ever use her sister?
We never use Pam's sister.
Pam.
Pam has other sisters from other stores.
Meaning off-brand spray.
So out of these dozen eggs, I'm only going to use 10. That's all you need. He is spraying that pan back there. Turn my oven up to 400, please. Well, wait. No. Don't turn it up yet.
Okay.
I'm putting... And Matt said we're good on time because people are still putting in their favorite animals.
Yeah.
Aren't they great?
Brandon says Drunk Genie is a solid friend. Yeah.
All right. So what I have in here is I've got some eggs. Travis, would you be kind enough to go get me the shredded jack cheese and a container of cottage cheese?
Okay.
I've got my 10 eggs. Hey, Monica, this is my sister's favorite breakfast casserole. She asked me to make it for her all the time. You can make this with sausage and hash browns. I make mine with green chilies. So you want to ask another question, Travis, while I make this, because they can see me do this?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's go with, and these cards, you can print it on white paper if you want. Let me find a really good one.
Find a good one.
Yeah. There's so many good ones, though. What is one goal you have for the year? I think I can answer this for everyone watching. Survive it. Okay. Thank you. I'm pretty sure that was the right answer. Okay, if you could invent something, what would it be? Well, either that one or describe yourself in 2 words. I like that one. Describe yourself in 2 words. How about that?
All right, here we go. I've got some butter melting in the oven. What I'm going to do to my 10 eggs, I'm going to add some flour, 1/4 cup of flour, I believe it is.
Jesus, who made this?
Some baking powder.
Did you see RJ's comment?
Some salt. Is there a substitute for cottage cheese? Otherwise, Drunk Genie will have to hold my hair. CWA, these are our friends.
Brandon says, amen, Travis. My friend RJ knows me all too well. I usually say, bam, sucker, like that, but he said, Pam, sucker.
So,
Good for Drunk Genie. Drunk Emily let me walk right into a wall once. I mean, the side of a building. I dropped that chick hard.
that's herself.
Good job.
She's talking about
Good job.
herself.
Emily, you don't need Drunk Emily.
Kids
a pain
are
in the ass.
watching. Kids are watching.
Also, vote.
Yes.
Julie Monroe says, yes, everyone, please vote.
How about another tight question? I think that would be fun because
Buy a
people.
house, did it, very hungry. Oh, that's Joe's 2 words to describe himself. Very hungry. Yes, survive. Super motivated. Cynthia, Felix, that's excellent. It's good to be very motivated right now. Oh, Emily Tomas, so tired. Suzanne Denlinger, exactly, survive. What? How much are you adding? How much are you adding?
I had 10 eggs. I put in a 1/4 cup of flour. I put in 1 container of cottage cheese. I put in 2 teaspoons, I believe, on. I will get all these when we come back from the drink. I will have the recipe for you. But basically, it's eggs, cottage cheese, baking powder, salt and pepper, green chilies, shredded jack cheese. What's so
sorry.
funny?
But I'm laughing because Bob Lanter said, describe myself, Drunk Genie.
He's with some CWA. Here I am, all worried I'm going to offend CWA. Oh, man.
Brandon, I really thought lately it's like every day is a week and every week is a month, and yet time flies. It's like a series of cruel realities. Wow. I think I'm going to scroll back up to the very motivated comment. No, but I feel you, Brandon. You know what? It is kind of like that, and time is really flying. I cannot believe it's already December.
Yeah, December, right around the corner. Everybody ready for Christmas? It's 3 days away.
That's what it's like. It's like 20 years ago. Life lesson, just kidding. On fire is much better, Bob Lantern. That's a very good one. On fire is very good. Someone just wrote, sorry I'm late, Paula Gelman. What is a CWA? The California Workforce Association. I'm just going to flash this. Boom, look at this,
Yeah,
guys.
let's do this.
Look at that. Meeting of the Minds 2020 Annual Workforce Leadership Conference. Critical impact is what we are doing here on this show.
Right, and we know that we're keeping you just a little bit over time, CWA. We didn't expect to have so much fun, but we're having a blast. Give us 10 extra minutes here because we don't want you to miss this. What I'm going to do is I'm taking this pan that Travis sprayed with Pam, and we're going to pour this egg mixture right in there.
We're going to do it like this so that people can see.
Now, at this point, you can put this right into your refrigerator. You can cover this up and put it right into your refrigerator. Yes, it can live in your refrigerator overnight. Speaking of Christmas, this is really a good breakfast to make for Christmas. And then you cover it up with foil. It can stay there overnight, and the next day you bake it. We're going to bake this one right now, and we're going to also look at our last drink, and you're going to find out what's going on when we get back. Brandon
just quickly says, and I'd like to put it in his words, we are the membership organization representing California's workforce system. These people are doing amazing work, you guys. If you haven't already, by the time you're watching this, just look up California Workforce Association and look at the great work that they're doing. We are so honored to be a part of this evening, to kick off the very end of the first day that they're doing this. So you guys are amazing. Bob, I'm so glad that you're having a great time, and you guys are just, look at all these comments.
This is great.
We have a lot to go over real quick. Do you want to do the
I am going to, I turn my oven on to 400 degrees. I'm going to stick my casserole in there. We're going to toss it over to Pilar, who has a great drink for your weekend with your breakfast. And then we're going to come back and we're going to show you how you can get our book for free and the conversation cards for free.
Right. Okay, over to you, Pilar.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Pouring with Peely. Today I'm going to be making one of my favorite coffee recipes, a cold brew. Now you've probably seen it at Starbucks. It will run you about $4 to $5, but today I'm going to show you a recipe that costs about $2 per serving and lasts way longer than any other iced coffee. So not only that, but I'm also going to be showing you how to blend it up and make a fun coffee frappuccino. So let's get started with the recipe. You're going to want to use about 2 cups of water to half a cup of coffee. Today I'm going to be using Folgers. And because this is a 1/4 cup, I'm just going to do 2 scoops of that guy. Now the cool thing about cold brew coffee is because it's processed with like cold or room temperature water, the chemistry is a little bit different. So it's going to be less bitter, less acidic, it's going to have a much smoother taste, and it's going to last a lot longer in your fridge, so you can make it in bulk and keep it for about 2 weeks. So now that I have my coffee in there, I'm going to cover it up with a lid, give it just a slight shake so that it's all mixed in there, and then I'll leave it aside. You can leave this in your fridge or even room temperature for about 12 to 24 hours. After 12 to 24 hours, it's done. So you can take it. It smells really good. And now you're going to strain it. So all I like to do for my straining process is use a measuring cup because it's easy to pour because it's got that kind of pointed spout. A strainer, any strainer works, but I like to double up and use a strainer and some cheesecloth. So I'm going to cut off a little piece of cheesecloth right now. Put those back in there for when I'm running later. And then put the cheesecloth in there. All right. Can you guys see it okay? Yes? All right. So I'm going to slowly pour my coffee in there. You don't want to get too crazy because if you pour it too fast, the coffee grounds might get into your coffee. So I'm putting that in there. And I like to, like I said, I like to make this in bulk. And then I like to put it in a storage container. Yeah, I like to put it in a storage container so that way, if I'm running late in the morning, I can just grab my container. Here, I'll actually show you guys. I can just grab my container, grab my creamer, and go. So really easy to make in advance. Now that I've got my coffee strained, see there's no particles in there. Now that I've got it strained, I can do anything with it. I can drink it black, which would be considered an Americano if you're using an espresso kind of coffee. Or what I'm going to be doing today, I'm going to be making a cafe latte. Now the cool thing about a cafe latte is all it is coffee and milk. Pretty much the only 2 real ingredients that you can work with. I wash my hands so I can just grab the ice cubes. So today I'm going to be making an iced cafe latte with my new cold brew. Boom. Pour it in there. We've also had a couple friends try this recipe, which is super exciting to hear that they really liked it. One of them put it in a mason jar and took it to work, which was super fun because that's usually how I like to take mine. I'm just adding a little bit of creamer, by the way. And another one said that she had always really liked coffee, and she wanted to try the cold brew coffee, but she didn't want to spend all that money at Starbucks for it. So she said that trying it at home was a really good way to get to know if she liked it. So there you go. I like my coffee like that. It's really not as bitter. One of the cool things that I like about this coffee is I have a really hard time drinking just black coffee. But I found with this guy, it's not as bad because it's, like I said, it's smoother. It's not as acidic. I struggle a little bit with acid reflux. I know, we're friends though, so I can tell you that. but this coffee really doesn't give me that. So now we're gonna make a Frappuccino. The important thing that you wanna do with the blender is you wanna make sure that all of your like syrupy kind of stuff is gonna go at the bottom. So I'm gonna do a lot of chocolate because today we're making a mocha Frappuccino. I'm so excited. So I'm gonna do my chocolate sauce in there. ASMR. And I'm gonna do about 2 cups of ice. Those are real chunky. We'll make it work. Cool. Now, eyeball it. Feel it in your heart, however much coffee you want. Just don't go too crazy because it is still coffee. So I'm gonna do about half coffee. I have a little bit of creamer left and it's hazelnut, so Nutella Frappuccino. And then I'm gonna add some milk. There we go. And then you blend it. Super easy. Okay, so today I'm just using whole milk. Usually I like to use like oat milk, a vanilla oat milk, because it's a little bit thicker, and because we're using the ice, you want a thicker kind of milk. That's why sometimes people will throw a scoop of ice cream in there. So, bad ASMR, but... I want to say that's done, because I didn't like the noise. So it's done. All right, now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put it in my glass. And this is the fun part, because if you have kiddos or you have people who like sugar, you can decorate it any way you want. Oh, it's a little bit watery. See, that's the thing. Since I used whole milk instead of a thicker milk, it's a little bit watery, but I don't mind, because it's nicely blended. Oh my God. Cool. I'm gonna put that guy back. And then I love whipped cream. I'm kind of a sucker for whipped cream. So I'm gonna put it over here. Wow. Okay, so I am a very messy barista, so I'm gonna put the napkin under for this next part. I love, love, love adding the chocolate. Boom. Add the chocolate. I say boom too much. Maybe I'm just way too excited about my drinks. But there you go. It is a coffee Frappuccino, and it was really easy. And the fun part is that you can customize it for anything you want. So like I said, the milk option you can customize. The kind of coffee that you want, you can customize. See how I got it on the rim? The kind of coffee that you want, you can customize. Even the toppings. We were talking about doing the chocolate curls earlier. We stuck with this one. Let me see how it tastes. It's thick. Oh. Oh, that's really good. Sorry. It's really, really good. And like I said, you can take it anywhere with you. It's really easy to make. And I think I'm going to go finish this off. All right. Thank you guys. Have a good night.
Thank you again, Pilar, for a really fabulous coffee drink, a couple of coffee drinks. By the looks of the comments, you guys are all having some really, really good times with this. I want that, I want that, I want that, Bob Blanchard says. Some hazelnut creamer that went in, yes, and so fantastic. It tastes just like the real thing.
But we asked Pilar while we were, before we came back, she said any kind of creamer is great. Creamer, milk, almond milk, soy milk. The heavier the milk,
The better you can get that blend.
the better you can get that blend. Also, she made a drink for her daddy the other day with the reusable ice. So the ice doesn't really melt into the drink. So it kept in his thermal cup, it kept it nice and cold, and he could sip on it all day long. Mm-hmm. So without the drink getting watered down. So also, there's a question here. If you wanted to use some coffee grounds from your local cafe, what kind of grind do you recommend for cold brew? Folgers tends to be fairly coarse grind, if I am not mistaken. Mm-hmm. Yes. Her favorite is Cafe Bustelo. That's her favorite.
It's an espresso grind and roast. Last week, I think when we did cold brew, we tried it. It is a little bit stronger, but it tastes really smooth when you do it the cold brew stream. Go ahead, baby. You tell. I don't know. She knows, but she won't come on camera.
The texture doesn't really matter. The texture really depends on like the straining. So if you have a really coarse blend, you're going to want to make sure you have that strainer and the cheesecloth just so that it doesn't get into your coffee.
There you go.
So, believe it or not, my casserole cooked during that 7-minute video. What?
And somehow it got into a different casserole dish. How did that happen? Hey, don't hold the knife. This is what she does when the cameras are not on.
So,
knives at me.
So we got our casserole dish. I'm going to let you go ahead and cut that. So
and let me just show the people.
Half a cup of butter, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 pint of cottage cheese, 10 eggs, half a teaspoon of salt, 1 pound of shredded jack cheese, half a cup of flour, and 8 ounces of canned chopped chilies. Just give it a good mix. Put it in a sprayed casserole dish. You can leave it in your refrigerator overnight and then bake it the next morning. The way you bake it is at 400 degrees. I know it's a hot oven. 400 degrees for only 15 minutes. And then you turn down the heat to about 350 and you let it cook for another 35 minutes or so. This is a great dish to take to a buffet. In fact, I got the recipe from my neighbor, Flora Wilcox, who asked me to bring it to her Christmas buffet, and I did, and it was delicious. And then I made one for my sister's buffet, and it really is really good.
And filling, and all it really needs, I mean, because you've got the chilies in there. If you like a special hot sauce.
Travis tries it.
Do you need another bite to figure it out?
No, I needed to Travis tries it.
Okay.
That's really
Sandra
really
said she doesn't like cottage cheese. I know there's a lot of people out there that don't like cottage cheese. I don't see why you couldn't leave it out, Sandra. But just know that there are things that I don't like to eat, like mayonnaise, but once it's in a recipe, I'm okay with it. I just don't like it straight like that. So there might be foods that you aren't comfortable with, but once they're baked into something, you really don't taste it. I make a great sour cream chocolate cake. So what are you doing?
I'm feeding your daughter.
Oh, Richard Conemacher said for ours. What does that mean, Richard? For ours. Yes, for ours.
Yes, it's very delicious. It smells good too. There's so many wonderful scents in here right now.
Yeah.
Because of all the food that we've been cooking. And I'm going to go into a food coma after the show because I'm going to gorge on all of it.
So we want to thank you all for watching. And now let's tell you how you can get all this stuff free.
Yep. So one more thing. Again, I've been implored to ask you one more time, please go to our Instagram account. We want to follow you back. We know that a couple of you have already gone to that account and followed us, and we followed you back. So we want to know what you're doing. We want to check out what you're posting, and we want you to know when we're posting new things. So please check that out. Also subscribe on our YouTube channel. Just hit that subscribe button so that you know when we're going live and you know when we've got new content up there. So I'm going to post right now just a little website address. If you go to this website address, it's built just for the California Workforce Association. Again, just as a small token of our appreciation for inviting us into this show, and as a thank you to all of our friends who have been coming into our kitchen religiously. Now, this would be the 43rd episode. So as a thank you to the California Workforce Association, hardworking people, and our friends, please go to this website just below down here, cookingwithdebiandfriends.com, all spelled out, /CWA. There's a form there. Fill it out. Just like that, you will get not only a printable, all these 80 cards, but you will also receive this book. And Debbie, can you just explain to them what this book is all about?
This book is called Say It in a Square. I cleaned off the refrigerator for the corporate today, but some of you who have seen my fridge or you've been in my house, you see little love notes posted all over. Travis leaves a square note in my, I can't call it Post-its, but he would say, he would leave a little square note on the coffee pot every day that were little love notes. And these are conversation starters for your average person in a relationship. They aren't like mushy or dramatic. They are, let's see, if I could get one singer to sing a song for you, blank would sing blank.
Janis Joplin would sing Busted Flat in Baton Rouge.
That's all we can afford.
Waiting for, oh yeah, sorry. Matt Hidalgo says he has a copy. It's heartwarming.
Yeah, it is. Of course, we have so many happy memories, but one I really treasure will always be blank. If I lost my memory, I would want you to remind me blank. I have a feeling today is going to be chaotic at work. Please pray for me. Peace and calm over me. I love you. Please pray for peace and calm over me. I love you.
Some of these are taken right from the cards, the little notes I've left. Now Debbie's got those in those what do you call them? The square books that you keep?
Scrapbooks.
Scrapbook. She scrapbooked them. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't do that stuff. And some of them we just took straight from notes that I left in the morning for her.
Here's one that's really transparent and honest. My temper got the best of me. I want to simply say I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Argument over.
So,
you know,
if you look through the table of contents, they're actually broke down in love, romance, finances, conversation starters, children, spiritual, supportive, apologies, inspirational, honeydews, and then we've got a section in the back where you can write your little story, just some pages there where you can share this with your loved ones and create your own story. So if you've gone to that website address down below and filled out that form, it might take a minute or two because we're sending you some files. But you'll get a confirmation underneath that says your stuff's on the way, and then check your email. If you don't get it after a couple or a few minutes, check your spam folder because I found that it did go into my spam folder once, so when I pulled it out, each other time it went to the inbox. So that's our gift to you guys. And again, the foundation of every great relationship, the reason we've been together for 26 years is because we've always had really, really transparent conversations and communication with one another. Right.
And so don't be afraid to sign up either. We are too busy to send you an email every week or some nonsense like that. We really just want to put these vehicles to improve your communication with your spouse, with your partners, or with your children. We just want to put it in your hands, along with a couple great recipes. We thank you so much for joining us. Is there anything else you want to say?
Gosh.
If you like this, could you please sign up on YouTube? That's the way people get television shows. And we would love to see this be a television show. I think it'd be a lot of fun. And it would keep me off the streets, you know, telling people random jokes. Just stopping them in the street. Hey, have you heard this one?
Keeps you off the streets, people.
That's not what I mean. You know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
All right. And then Sandra was asking about the mugs. We're going to tell you all about those on Thursday. All right. We love you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. CWA, thank you so much for having us. We enjoyed being at your kitchen table. Feel free to come now that you know us. Don't be a stranger. Come in every Tuesday and Thursday on Facebook or on YouTube.
That's right.
So from Debbie and Travis and Pilar,
Cooking with Debbie.
we want to say thank you very much. Stay soapy, wash your hands, wear your mask, social distance, and we're going to get through this. Bye-bye.
Cooking with Debbie and friends. Good night, everyone.
Good night.